This is your gal, Julie Seal Kalungi, on your Power Echo show with me, Julie Seal. And we are back talking about the menopause. Yes, time we did introduce the subject. We've had a conversation around some similarities between some mental health challenges and menopause. And today we're going to have a full menu again. So welcome. Like I said when I started, welcome to this show, and I'm very excited. Are you a woman struggling with gut issues like constipation or loose stools, brain fog, achy joints, night sweats, hot flashes, unrelenting weight gain, itchy skin, heart palpitations, heightened stress levels, elevated blood pressure, and have you wondered what took over your body? What the heck? Who came and took over my body while I was sleeping? I'll tell you this, you're not alone. And I'm saying this, if you're a man, you need to listen to this so that you can support the women in your life better, and you can be more empathetic, more understanding, more generous in spirit to them. So in this episode of your Power Echo show with Julie Seal Kalungi, we are going to talk about what's going on with your body as a woman and some coping mechanisms. These episodes are enabled by support from Liverpool Local Solutions and K-Web Social Designs. So go check out KalungiGroup.com, which is part of K-Web Social Designs is part of Kalungi Group, and all the episodes will be uploaded on that website as soon as possible. And if you aren't yet subscribed, if you're not yet following me on socials, on Facebook, on YouTube, Kalungi Group is my username. Go follow, hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and go ahead and hit the bell so that you're reminded and get notifications when I go live. And before we go any further, I would like to make a disclaimer that clearly I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a doctor, nor am I offering medical advice. I strongly recommend you visit your general practitioner, your GP, your medical practitioner if you're facing any health issues. It's very, very important that you do, because doctors are created by God. They are here to support our healthy aging and healthy living. Welcome if you're joining us. Feel free to hit some emojis. Feel free to share, send me some stars if you find what I'm sharing useful and of value. And feel free to share this video with somebody or to a community of women or community you feel needs to hear about this, because it's very important that we talk about this topic. So last week we spoke about the shocking similarities between seasonal affective disorder, or SAD or SAD, and menopause. It was shocking. It was like you were talking about the same challenge. And these two, what are these two challenges? What are the common causes and symptoms? We talked about that last week. So if you haven't watched that episode and you're a man or a woman who would like to support the women better in your life, or you are a medical practitioner for crying, who might want to know more about what's going on, and menopause is not your area of expertise, please do feel free to watch that episode from last week. I'll share the link in the comments below so that you can actually find it. In fact, let me do so right away, right now. Let me do so right now. The link is right here. Copy link. And I'm gonna bring it to this video right here. Last week's episode. Tune in here. Okay. Right. Okay. So, getting back to the task at hand, right? Today we are jumping right into tackling specifically menopause, the main issue that needs your urgent attention, which is your gut health, which is linked to everything. And like I said, I'm not offering medical advice. I'm just sharing my personal experiences, what I've done, how I got from a size 16 to a size 8, a healthy size 8. I'm glowing, my skin is glowing, my hair is luscious, my nails are luscious, everything's looking great, and I feel I'm better and better every day, and I cannot thank God enough. So today we are jumping right into, so grab a cuppa, turn off your notifications for now, so that you're not distracted. And if you're not yet subscribed, hit the button and let's go. Let's get right into it. So what has your gut got to do with all the symptoms that I mentioned last week that I'm going to share with you and what I thought about it? Let's look deeper at these symptoms, because many women that I know dismiss, ignore to your detriment, or get treated in silo, as in you go to the doctor and you say, I'm feeling this, and you focus on one specific thing, as opposed to holistically, as a woman of a certain age who may be going through the transition. So let me share with you some of the things that I literally thought were going on in my life. You're going to laugh with me. I hope you're laughing with me, but not laughing at me. Okay? I wasn't sleeping, like poor sleep. I thought I had sleep apnea or insomnia even. I definitely experienced insomnia for over 2 years. I assumed it was a bad habit I had formed because I had been sleeping late, trying to build my brand for years. And obviously, facing a laptop, having 3 phones, all that blue light going into my eyes till 1 a.m. So I assumed that's what was causing the sleeplessness, but it wasn't. Then I had hot flashes for days. I'd be sitting there enjoying a party, and then I'd just sweat. Like I was in a sauna. Like I'd be drenched in sweat. I felt it was embarrassing. And it landed during summer. The first time I experienced that, it was summer, and I assumed it was the heat. And I had put on a bit of weight, and despite every attempt I was making to release the weight, it just wasn't going. And so I assumed that hot flash was me, my weight. Good afternoon, dear Rahma. How are you doing? So happy to see you, Queen. So happy to see you. Weight gain. So let's talk about the weight gain. I always assumed it's the food I ate, which it was also, until I was fasting way more than I was eating. Some days I'd go without eating for 24 to 48 hours, just fasting, drinking water, drinking tea. I was drinking senna tea for days. So some of you have heard about senna tea. I was drinking that tea, and I was exercising 7 days a week. I was running 5 miles every day, with no real change in my body size. Like I'm telling you, it was frustrating beyond measure. Sore joints and unexplained bruises. I started getting bruises that I could not understand. How did that happen? Did I get that while I was sleeping? My joints were sore to kingdom come. I could not, when I was running, I was feeling hell. It was hell running. Then I started feeling weird pains in my fingers. Too much exercise, I thought. So I slowed down on the exercise. I picked up on Zumba again. I picked up various different exercise regimes. Nothing seemed to work. It was like there was a little demon in this body that was saying, we brought the fat and it's not going anywhere. Let's talk about one of the main things that I'm going to talk about today, gut issues, right? I had bloating for days. Like I was gassy. Oh my God, you did not want to be in my bedroom. I was constipated, shitting bricks. Once I went into the bathroom, people would be like, Mommy, before you go to the bathroom, please let us know. Because I'd sit there for like half an hour trying to bring out the shit. Excuse my German. I kept looking at my nutrition all that time. So I drank more senna tea. I drank green tea. I drank water. I ate bananas. I ate fruits. All that time I felt sorry for my husband, especially at night, because those gas, in my language, we call them doties. Those doties they were horrible. Even I felt it. So I took charcoal tablets, and it just never seemed to work. Nothing seemed to literally bring an end to the pain that was constipation. I thought I had developed some gut disease, and a lot of women do think they have that. And obviously you need to speak to your doctor. If I'm saying something that resonates with you, please say so in the comments below, because this is what's going to help you and help other women. And when you comment and you engage and you like and you give me some stars and you hit those emojis, Facebook believes this is a great topic. This is a good conversation. This platform thinks a great conversation and goes ahead to spread the word further. I was feeling emotional. Obviously, with all those challenges that I was feeling, I was feeling emotional. I was worried all the time. I was wondering what was going on, and I was short-tempered. Oh my goodness. I developed a temper. I'm a very sociable person. I'm a very, I'm not I'm a very impulsive and fun person, but I didn't have a hot temper until I got into the menopause stage. And I put that down to the stress of running 2 businesses. I put that down to the challenges of running a business. I put that down to the stresses of not sleeping properly. And sometimes I'd go for months without clients. Obviously, clients would cancel, or I'd get low level paying clients, and all that would pile on to the pressure. And I was truly extra critical of anything and everything. Some of my staff left. I had temporary staff, and it also affected my relationship with my son a lot. I have had to apologize to him so much. I know it will take more time to repair, but he literally at that time kept his distance from me. He'd stay in his bedroom until he literally had to come out. Then there was heart palpitations. And now I had those for almost 3 years. I was feeling palpitations. My heart would be racing when I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm sitting there just chilling out, maybe watching telly, and my heart would be racing like goodness me. There was a horse galloping in my chest, like it was about to burst out of my throat. The other thing that happened was also at night when I'd lay in bed, my heart would be pumping so loud and so fast. And I couldn't seem to find a position that was good enough to sleep on. And I used to be the person who just would sleep on windy nights. I would sleep in any weather, whether there's a storm, noise outside. I could sleep on a train. I could sleep anywhere. But when I'd get to bed at this time in my life, the sleep was disappearing, and that was truly frustrating. So it added to the emotional challenges and worry and stress, and all those became compounded and a complete pool of worry. And then last year in January, I went to see a doctor because the palpitations were not stopping. 3 years straight, and by the way, I thought the palpitations were a result of long COVID, maybe because of the vax. I assumed it was the vax, right? And so I went to see the doctor, and the doctor said, do you know that you actually might be hypertensive? That, Black people have a tendency to get high blood pressure, and your pressure is elevated. And if we can't bring it down, you're going to have to take medication. And then she asked me about my sleeping, how my eating, exercising, everything. And I told her I did all these things. And she was like, well, then you might be getting on medication. I was like, please give me 3 months. We're not taking no medication for anything at the moment. Okay. I asked her if there were any lifestyle changes. We talked about those, but she was more focused on giving me a pill. She was very, very determined to give me a pill. Then there was the constant fatigue. I was tired all the time. I'd show up on Facebook, I'd do my loves, I'd smile, I'd be, yeah, Julie Seal Kalungi. But I was, after the video, I'd be like exhausted, like something had been drained out of me. And I assumed I was working too hard, exercising too hard, not eating enough. I thought it was the effects of COVID. I thought I had all kinds of excuses why, what was going on. And a lot of women do the same. If I'm saying something wrong, please say something. And then itchy skin. Like and by the way, I wouldn't itch during the day. At night, in bed, I'd never felt so itchy. I'd start scratching, my legs would itch, my ears in there, I'd get an earbud and scratch and poke. My ears were itching like no man's business. My legs would itch, everything would itch. I had itchy legs, shaky legs. I was so frustrated. And I even bought a back scratcher. Because I thought, what's going on here? And I'd tell my husband, scratch me, and he'd be like, I scratched you last night. And I was like, but that was last night, this is now. And he's like, what's with the scratching every night? And then he'd switch on the light and say, I can't see anything on your back, or because I'd tell him to scratch my back. That's why I bought a back scratcher, because I was like, I can't be asked, I'll scratch myself. Then the facial hair. I grew beards. Yeah, there they are. I think you can see them. Yeah, facial hair. I used to have one hair here since I was a teenager, but then I have a whole slew of hair now. And that is, hormones going out of crazy. Under the chin. Now here's the thing. I grew facial hair, and then the hair became thinner. But I have now, as you can see, it's now grown back. It's all luscious. It's wonderful. But I thought I was growing a bald patch here. Like literally there. I thought I was going bald. Obviously, I became very gray very fast. As you can see, I've got those wisdom hairs. I'm rocking them naturally. But yeah, I had all these challenges, and a lot of women have many other challenges that actually are physical ailments that need physical, they need a pill. But most of the things I went through were connected to one part of my body, my gut. And you too might be facing the same challenge. So menopause is a time and a sign in a woman's life that we have come full cycle, that we are no longer in puberty. Puberty is that stage when we can have babies, which I talked about last night, and we are ready for the next stage in our lives. It's meant to be a joyous stage when we are saying we are now the elders, we are wise, we've gone through life, we've lived some bits, we've lived some decades. And so it's not just about hot flashes and hormones. And I'd like to encourage you that it could become the best time of your life. Last week, a friend of mine on a forum that we are part of posted a message that, the best days of our life are behind us. And I was like, oh my God, speak for yourself. Like, the best days of my life are right now. This moment, I'm living my best life, and so are you if you choose. If you choose that your best life, your best days are over, so it is. As a man thinketh, so is he. It's in Proverbs, go read it. So, it is a whole new stage in a woman's life, and it essentially demands a whole lifestyle change. You can't do the same things you've been doing before you got into the menopause stage of perimenopause, premenopause, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. You have to have a whole lifestyle change. You have to look very critically at what you do in your day-to-day life and make some changes. It might also mean that you slow down a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, but you definitely must make some changes in your life, okay? If we are to survive this transition and our relationships are to survive too, how do we do it? I'm learning slowly. I've learned a ton lot over the last 2 years, but surely I personally said no to high blood pressure drugs because I know there is no drug that heals. There is no drug that heals high blood pressure at the time of publishing and of going live today. The drugs just manage some symptoms and then they cause some serious side effects. So I thought there must be a different way. I invited this into my life. I'm gonna release it too. And I'm gonna share with you the things I've done over the last 18 to 24 months in these episodes, okay? But I highly encourage you that please, if you need that pill, take it. If your blood pressure is 180 over 100 and above, if your blood pressure is over 160 and 165 over 100 and is perpetually in those areas, please take that pill. You might need that pill, okay? Mine was in 130s over 90. At one time it was 160 over 100 when I first went to the doctor, but it dropped down to 130 over 80, and it kept dropping right down to the normal range. And using holistic, natural means, lifestyle changes, okay? And it takes a whole lot of discipline. So if you don't have that self-discipline, it might be a difficult journey for you. You might want to take that pill. So here, where does one start, right? Where does one start in order to manage all these slew of symptoms and body changes and hormonal changes and systemic changes in the body that you need to handle in order to go through the menopause and get on the other side where I am in a state of great health? First of all, please go see your GP and get a full checkup. Have a full MOT done. Get blood works done. In the UK, that's free. In many countries in the West, that's free. If it's not free in your country, still, let me tell you something, and I'll say this again. Put your money where your mouth is. Look after yourself. Go get that blood work and that MOT done. Go check your mineral ratios of magnesium, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B2, vitamin K, urine samples, blood pressure checks, omega-3 and omega-9s vis-a-vis omega-6, your cholesterol, your blood sugar. Get all those things checked. Your ferritin, potassium, you name it. Get a full blood work, get a full body check. Because this is the time in your life when you need to make sure that things are what's working and what needs to be worked on. Okay? If you're like I was, you believe you're overweight or obese, you're feeling tired, you're sluggish, you have developed foggy brain, your muscles are aching, and perhaps you're feeling grumpy all the time, then please don't necessarily blame your changing hormones in menopause. Consider your changing insulin and glucose metabolism, as well as the changes to your muscles. I'll say this again. If you're going through all the things I mentioned before, don't necessarily blame your changing hormones in menopause, although they may have a role to play. Consider your changing insulin and glucose metabolism, as well as the changes to your muscles. Because as you grow older, especially if you took your time about exercising, keeping fit, doing the things that help you stay healthy, then you could be facing what they call Syndrome X. Syndrome X, I first heard that word from Dr. Jade, who was the first doctor I met online, and who was dealing with female healthy aging. He's a male doctor, funny enough, and he was talking about Syndrome X, or also known as metabolic syndrome, which can lead to insulin resistance. And when you get to insulin resistance, there's a whole slew of other things that could be heading your way if you do not manage your health very well. So I first heard about Syndrome X from Dr. Jade. Dr. Jade leads a program called Metabolic Renewal. And unfortunately, it's probably one of the reasons I was also over-exercising, because he was saying you have to exercise 7 days a week. You do 20 minutes of high-intensity exercise, and then you walk for 60 minutes, right? And I did that for almost, I think, 9 months, and I literally was getting bigger by the day. It was ridiculous. Part of that program also had a nutrition plan. And I can say hand on heart, I wasn't following that plan. So I was guilty of that. But my goodness, I was following the exercise plan, because in my head, the body is made exercising. But let me tell you this today, your body shape is made in your kitchen and in your bedroom. Your body, your size 10 or your size 0 or your size 18 or 20 is made in your bedroom and your kitchen. Be that as it may, take it as you like. I'll be explaining what that means as we go along, okay? When I say it's made in your kitchen, I'm talking about the food you eat. When I say it's made in your bedroom, I'm talking about the quality of your sleep, okay? So, metabolic syndrome is a very serious issue. Please go and do your research around it. If some of the symptoms, I've literally gone through a whole array of symptoms, literally that hit me, that I experienced pre-COVID and during COVID and right up to last year, when I said enough is enough, there has to be a change, something has to change. I'm 80 kilograms heavy, something has to change. I was 80 kilograms at the time. I'm a 5-foot woman, so 80 kilograms on a 5-foot woman is too much. So it all starts in your belly, your belly, your belly, your gut. Get your blood work. Get your blood work done, because then you'll know what's going on in your body, in your systems, in your metabolism, in your, every part of your body, you will know. Personally, once I got my blood work, which by the way came back very good. It was ridiculously good. And the only thing they said, so we now know what's causing your elevating your blood pressure. It's the cholesterol. You have very high cholesterol. But that wasn't the case, because when I had a second opinion, which you always must do, they told me what they call bad cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol and non-HDL cholesterol is not too bad. So we don't know, it shouldn't really be causing such a level of elevated blood pressure. So what's going on with you? And we will talk about cholesterol. We really will. I promise you that. Hey, Fiona, how you doing? Hey, Gwyneth. God love. Hey, Mariah Jeep, how you doing? So, Dr. Wendy Sweet-Smith was the first practitioner to point me towards my gut and related organs. Obviously, Dr. Jade, who is a man, so he does not go through menopause, talked about the gut. But Dr. Wendy Smith is a woman who was going through everything I was going through. She literally went through everything I was going through. And she pointed me towards my gut and the related organs like the kidney, the liver, the intestines. And it's the first time I heard the word inflammaging. Inflammaging is a new medical term that talks about inflammation and a mixture of all the other things that we women go through. And I was overweight at 80 kilograms, like I said before. Welcome, Lisa. How are you doing? And I needed to release 22 kilograms because my ideal weight was supposed to be 57 kilos. And I'm happy to say I'm exactly that weight today. So I needed to release 22 kilos in body weight in order to manage my health better. And let me tell you, before we go further, I'm going to talk about the word losing weight. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how many people go saying, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight. I'm going to ask you a question, and I need you to answer that question for you truthfully, because it's all about the mindset. When you lose something, what do? Whether it's something very important to you or it's just something that you've lost, what do? The answer is you're going to look for it, isn't it? You're going to try and find it. You're going to try and get it back. So you're hardwired. You are hardwired. You're coded in your DNA by the people that bring you up, the people that you trust, that when you lose something, you gotta go find it. And so when you use the word lose weight, you're gonna go find, your body is going to force you to do certain things that's gonna get that weight back. And I'm telling you, I see people every day, even in the programs that I've used to release the weight, keep saying, I've lost weight. And when I see them 2 months later, they put it back. Why? Because we are hardwired to go look for what we lose. So stop using the word lose weight. Release the weight. Let it go. Learn to use the word I'm letting this go. I'm releasing it. Period. Bye, Felicia. Sorry, Felicia, if you're called Felicia. So, mindset. That was a quick mindset tip. Stop saying, oh, I need to lose weight. You need to release the weight. When you release something, you have consciously and intentionally said, go, I don't need you anymore, bye. Okay? So you're not going to go look for it. You've released it. It was intentional. When you lose something, you're going to go find it. Your body, your actions, something, the universe will try to get you back to something you've lost, because your wording, your verbiage is, we've lost it, so we need to get it back. So everything Dr. Wendy spoke resonated with me, and I needed to reverse all these things in order to reverse the palpitations and the elevated blood pressure. Because those two were the two things that got me off my ass to go see the doctor. Everything else I was carrying on thinking it was, my head in the sand like an ostrich, thinking it will go away. Or I'll sleep, maybe, I'm still building the business, so I'll sleep when I die. All that shit people say when they are, all these hustlers who tell you the hustle is real, I'll outwork them, I'll sleep when I die. Don't believe that shit, okay? Calm down, Julie Seal. So, one of the other things that I did when I was actually doing my research, and part of what Dr. Wendy recommended, was to have a gut cleanse. Now, a gut cleanse can be done two ways. You can go and have a coffee cleanse. You can go and have your, what they do when they do yoga and things come out of your intestines. The things that came out of me, you don't want to see them, right? And then the other way is to use pre, pro, and postbiotics. Those are friendly gut bacteria that help attack the not so good bacteria and get rid of it. They go and eat it, and then your stomach goes, thank God. They also help repair your gut, your villi, because when we eat the wrong foods, when we eat certain things, when we eat too many junk things, we are tearing holes into our gut. And therefore, when we eat certain things, they are absorbed directly into the body, and then that's causing inflammation. Literally, we're bruising our bodies. And sometimes people are overweight not because they have bad fat, but because they are bruised. Right. So, like I said, I'm not a medical practitioner. Go check those things with your doctor. Go speak to your medical person. Don't come back to me. I'm only sharing the things I've learned and used as me, so that you can go and do the needful, like speak to a specialist. Okay? So, once you get your blood work done, Then you're going to also focus on your body, and you're going to focus on nutrition, and you're going to focus on age-appropriate exercise. Age-appropriate exercise. Would you believe that I rarely do high-intensity work? For those of you that watch my little videos, you see me either walking, I don't run anymore, or I do low-intensity, but, getting my heart pumping exercise, cardio. Cardio is good for you, and walking is a great cardio. Swimming, great for your body, great for your joints, great for building muscle. We need muscle, we need muscle, we need muscle. Do you remember what I talked about? Glucose, muscles. So, I realized I had been struggling with inflammation. So, even though I was also at that time in my life, menopause met inflammation, and the two made great friends in my body, giving me the worst experience of menopause that a woman can experience. In my humble view, there are people who've experienced once, so thank you, Jesus. I'm still here. I've been able to reverse most of all those challenges. My goodness. And it all starts in your belly. Your belly. I needed to reverse this. So I had a gut cleanse here in Liverpool. We have what we call the detox clinic. If you need their details, please reach out to me, because I'll then give you a direct referral and you'll get a percentage off. The things that I'm sharing with you cost some money. So please remember what I said before. Put your money where your mouth is. You're the one who works. You're the one who earns that money. And you're the one who's going to go and spend a shitload of money trying to reverse any health challenges that you may get through if you do not do something with your money today while you have it. So I had a detox done. So I had a colonic cleanse. That regime helped reset my gut elimination process, because like I said, I was having constipation for days. Like, oh my God, guys, if you're shitting bricks, don't, because it can go in a very wrong direction. So you need to get that stopped, because I was doing that every day. I was drinking senna tea, which then caused running stomachs. Every time I would stop the senna tea, I'd get constipation literally 2 days later, and I'd be like shitting a stone. It was horrible. Okay? So, get your gut cleansed. You could also have worms, which for those of us who grew up in Africa, or you go to holiday in places where, you could get worms. And worms tear holes in your gut and cause leaky gut. And that can lead to terrible constipation or running stomachs. Some people say constipation is another way of your stomach running, but my goodness me, none of them are fun. So, for the first time in over almost 3 years, I was having smoother poos. You should have seen me dancing in the bathroom. Like, who gets excited about poop? Me, apparently, because I got very excited the first time I had a smooth poop. And that was after I had my gut cleansed. Because before that, even though I was drinking like almost 3 liters of water every day, which could have easily led to water toxicity, it wasn't changing. Literally, it would be like I didn't drink any water. I'd wee a lot, and then I'd have constipation. The experience was horrible, and I don't wish it on anybody. So I kept on carrying on research, because I had a lot of information around gut health. And one of the things people kept saying was gut bacteria. And I was saying, like, we have trillions of bacteria in our guts. And I was like, ew, what? And then I sat down on a training with Dr. Gandry. And there are a couple of doctors that I listened to. One is the female doctor, two are males. I'll share the details below. And they all kept saying the same thing. Your stomach has trillions of gut bacteria, and they could be good or not so good, depending on the food you eat. If you're eating the right foods, if you're eating live food. When I say live food, do you know what I'm talking about? Eat your food the way it was planted on the tree, it's raw or very slightly steamed. Or don't overcook. Don't cook your vegetables unless that vegetable has to be cooked. Most vegetables can be eaten raw. And here's my trick. I get my vegetables from the supermarket. I get them home. I wash them. Then I put them in a large pan and I put in cold water and I pour in 2 spoons of bicarbonate of soda and I leave them there. You should see the things that come out. So that helps cleanse my fruits and my vegetables. And then I put them away in nice containers in my fridge. I got rid of most of the plastic from my house. So I keep my stuff in my freezer or in my fridge, and then I eat it as fresh as I can. And I'm jumping the gun here. So when you eat most of your food in that state, live food, you're helping your gut bacteria. And there are some foods that are specifically great for supporting your gut bacteria, which then supports your hormones, supports your elimination, your assimilation, your digestion, your skin, your hair, your teeth. Do you know that there are bacteria in your mouth that are supposed to help you keep your teeth healthy? So let me paint for you a scenario, right? Because some of you may be going, "Ooh, Sylvia Kalungi Olikuchi." Like our grandparents didn't have the dental challenges we have today. Why? Because they ate live food, number one. Number two, they ate food that created the healthy bacteria from their mouth. Number three, they didn't brush first thing in the morning. They probably drank something. Now, one of the first things you do in the morning before you brush your teeth is what? Drink, about 250 mils of water. Swish it around your mouth and swallow. Great bacteria for your gut, right from your mouth. And great vitamin B12. Go do some research on it. These are all the tips I'm sharing with you from the deep research I've done. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can do your own research, okay? So, you want to have healthy poos, because a healthy poo, right, is very important for your digestion, assimilation, elimination. Now, what do I mean by that? Digestion, you know what digestion means. The stomach, the food gets into your stomach and the stomach starts doing its job of, breaking it down further and then sorting it. And then assimilation is then it's sent into the intestines, and then it's sent to the various organs in your body to do the nutrients, the supplements, the minerals are extracted and sent to your various parts of your body, and they do what they're supposed to do. Supporting your body, your cells, your structure, your tissues, your brain, your awakeness, your sleepness, all the metabolism, the hormones that your body needs. All of them are connected to what you eat and your gut. Elimination is pooping and weeing and sweating and spitting and all the things you do to eliminate stuff from your body. Okay, so I also discovered Dr. Gundry. Go and research him. Dr. Gundry's products have helped restore my gut, as well as the cleansing that I had. After the cleansing, I was recommended to take a good pre, pro, and postbiotic. I was like, I only know about probiotics, and they said, well, they are prebiotics. Those are pre. The word pre is before. They are probiotics during, and they are postbiotics after digestion. You need all three in order for your gut to repair fully. So I went, did my research, found so many, and when you're online searching for things, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, all these platforms start throwing adverts at you. Fortunately, most of the adverts pointed to one doctor specifically, well, several, but one stood out, was Dr. Gundry's products. So I take some of his products for my gut biome. They are great for digestion. They are great for keeping your brain alert and your body youthful. I'm 26 years younger than my biological age right now, today as we speak. Can you imagine that? Eat right. So what else can you do? Research what we call blue zone areas. In the world, there are about 5 of them, and apparently women in those areas age gracefully. They don't suffer all these menopause challenges. They grow low. They stay healthy for years, and they are strong for youngs. Why? Because number one, they eat live foods. Most of the foods they eat are live. they have community, they work together, they always have some support, community support around them. They also, they keep active, they keep, I don't know. I used to drive everywhere. Even when it was like 2-3 miles away, I'll drive. I walk everywhere now. I walk everywhere because I know it's great for my body. And they eat a lot of greens, and they eat a lot of, there's I don't remember where I had it from, where it says sweet to your mouth, sour to your stomach. Sour to your mouth, sweet to your stomach. All those greens that may not be very tasty to your mouth, your stomach is saying, hallelujah, bring them on. You also, as a woman in that stage of transition in your life, need to make sure you're eating folates. Go and research that. Your magnesium, it's a daily supplement. Your B vitamins, all of them. Your vitamin D, walk in the sun. And if you live in the Western Hemisphere where sometimes the sun it goes AWOL, get one of those. I showed them to you last week. Yeah, you get your own sun in the house. And you will get your morning sun every morning. Your potassium, very important. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people have too much potassium, and that can also raise your blood pressure and affect you in different ways. So that's why I keep saying, get your blood work done. Then you know what you're going to add and reduce from your metabolism. I mean, from your nutrition. And Mark, I didn't say the word diet, because a lot of people use the word diet and think it's a short-term process and they will stop and then things will work out. It's a lifestyle. You're changing your life so that you can live longer, healthier, and see your great-great-grandchildren in great health. You'll chase them around the field and you'll think grandma is sexy, right? So, thank you. Good morning, Fiona. How are you doing? Rehman, how are you doing? Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And then there's a mineral, a supplement called CQ10. CQ10. Now, some of you may say, do you mean the skin cream? No. CQ10 is something, there are capsules, there are gels. Then, of course, there is the CQ10 for your skin that you put on your skin, but the one I'm talking about is the ingestible one that you're going to swallow. Now, you need to find that. I get mine from Holland and Barrett, and it's called Solga's. Solga is the brand name. It's very good CQ10. It's also small enough. It's a tiny little gel capsule, and I wish I could share because I just finished my last one yesterday and I threw away the bottle. I would have shown. Yes, for brains, for eyes, for alertness. If you have palpitations, CQ10 might help stop them or reduce them. But also, if you release too much weight, like I did, it might also then raise your heartbeat. So it's important to know where you are at in your weight management journey in order to take that CQ10. What I did is I reduced my intake from one every day to one every 4 days. I started one every 2 days, one every 3 days. Now I take one every 4 days, and it's perfectly fine because we need that CQ10. Or its scientific name is ubiquinol. Ubiquinol is the supplement. It's CQ10. That's it's also part of its scientific name. And I'm not talking about the face cream. Very good for your menopausal body, right? So eating right for my blood type, it's one of the programs I talked about. Last week I mentioned 2 specific programs in addition to the things I've just said that I use to release the weight, because if you don't release the weight, most of these challenges you're facing will not go away because they are also weight related. And I believe in putting my money where my mouth is. Literally, I've said that to you several times. So eating right for my blood type and my genotype was very important. I found that out from various researches that I did. And for those in area code 256, you know who you are. Area code 256, you know what that means. Kampala, Uganda, please visit Dr. Tamale on Conrad Plaza. I'm not getting paid for this. It's what I did, because here in the UK, getting your genotype test costs over 200, almost 300 pounds. And I thought, no, I could buy several bags of cement from that. So I called my sister-in-law. She's into all this healthy nutrition, healthy aging. She told me, oh, we do that here in Kampala. You can have it done here. Because I was like, where do you think I can have that done in Kampala? It won't cost me a fortune. And she said, it's done. It's already done here. It's only 140,000 shillings. I was like, I get some of that. The next time I was in 256, I went straight to Dr. Tamali's, got my genotype, got a full consultation, and got a whole list of foods that are actually specific to my blood type and my genotype. Can you imagine the beauty of that? So wherever you are, get yourself checked. First of all, understand your blood type. There's a simple test that you can buy off Amazon. I can leave the link in the comments below. And then you will know your blood type. And then if you need to know you can start from there. To be honest, most of the foods in the genotype are in the blood type nutrition diet. But when you drill down into your genotype, there are some foods that are supposed to be right for your blood type that are actually not good for your genotype. So I highly recommend you get your genotype checked, and then you eat the foods that are really, really good for you. Your body will love you. My body loves what I put in my mouth. So when you go to Conrad Plaza, ask for a lady called Emily. She's my personal nutritionist. She's gonna serve you, and tell her that Sylvia Kalungi recommended you go there. Like I said, I'm not getting paid. I'm just making sure you get the right support, because then they'll support you knowing who recommended you. You'll get a quicker service. You know what I mean? If you come from 256, you know what I'm saying. It works. So next week, the other thing I mentioned last week, because I want to just do a recap. I followed the L8 Nutrition Club process. Now, I'm aware that L8 is a place in Liverpool, but there's a number you can contact. Please reach out to a lady called Hester on 0044 7538 500 183. That's UK area code, which is 44 7538 500 183, and quote Kalungi 24. Tell her that Kalungi sent you. Location does not matter, because you're going to have a telephone conversation. You'll have a free consultation with her, and then she'll walk you through the process of getting your body composition, and then how you can get started eating right to release some of that body weight you're carrying around that may be causing you inflammation, insulin resistance, syndrome X, you name it. So this has gone on long enough. I need to have some lunch, but I hope you've got some value. We're going to drill into this gut issue and gut health for you deeper. I've literally touched the surface. I've mentioned several people that I actually consult with and coach with, whose products I use to help me. You can go Google them, and actually, for Dr. Wendy Swift-Smith, tell her directly I recommended you. Dr. Wendy Sweet-Smith. Wendy Sweet-Smith. You can actually find her on Facebook. Tell her Sylvia Kalungi recommended you. It'll be very nice. I don't get paid for any of this. Like I said, I love to see women aging gracefully. I love to see other women thriving. I love to see, we women, we are the mothers. If the mother is not thriving, the family is not thriving. Trust me, like I said, I was super snarky, stressed, angry. If you didn't, when I was off camera, you didn't want to see me. You would have thought, hey, is that the Julie Sil Kalungi we see on Facebook? I was not a very happy mama. So I want you to change that for you. I'd love you to feel better for you. Thank you. Stay well to dear Rahma. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. You rock. You're a rock star. So next week we shall dive deeper into our gut health. Why cholesterol may not be the problem. I didn't say it is not. I say it might not be. And we all need LDL cholesterol for our brains to function. LDL cholesterol, while called bad cholesterol, is actually the cholesterol that our brains functions on. The LDL cholesterol also protect our blood vessels from leakage, from all kinds of things. So we need some of it in our body. It's when there is excessive cholesterol that then your body goes, oh, because when there is excessive, it lines our blood vessels. So imagine if it's excessive, that means it's lining your blood vessels, and their blood vessels are becoming thinner and thinner, and therefore your heart is working double hard to pump that blood through a narrower vessel. So you see why they call it bad. Because if you have too much of it, then definitely your blood is working double duty to pump that beautiful fluid in your body all over the place. So, but it might not be the challenge, okay? So what else does your gut need to function efficiently, as well as support your whole hormonal system and all body systems? Truly a healthy mind and a healthy body. I would say 50% made in the kitchen and your bedroom. Why your bedroom? Sleep is medicine. We'll talk about sleep. We'll talk about sleep soon. And so, what else is the other 50%? Exercise. And I'll tell you what the other things are, right? Mindset, okay? Your mind, in fact, if anything, your mindset is 80%. And all these things I'm talking about fall under the 20%. Because whatever you believe in your mind, I made a decision that I was getting my body back to homeostasis, to divine health. I made that decision. I had that desire. My desire to get back to great health was as strong as my desire to take the action I needed to get back to great health. Your desire, those two desires must match, and it all starts here. So feel free to share your challenges in a comment below so I can support you. If I've mentioned one of them, then I definitely have had a solution that has worked for me. It might work for you too. Or I can ask one of my experts, because I am directly coaching with them. So I can ask your question like it's my question and bring an answer back to you. I am paying for their coaching. You will get it for free from me. Don't let them know this, because then they might not be happy with me, but that is the truth. Okay, so tune in next week when we bring to you more about your gut and why cholesterol may not be the problem. All right. And I noticed that last time when I tried to do a presentation via StreamYard, I have all these as presentations, but then Facebook kind of blocks the reach. And my aim is to reach as many people, as many women, especially women of color, women like me, because we go through the hardest challenges, statistics say, as we go through menopause, mostly because we do like the British do. We bite the stiff upper lip and we carry on, and we think everything will work itself out. But we have to support our bodies. We want to live long, healthy lives. And that's where I'll stop. I hope you've got some value. Please share with a sister, mother, auntie, grandma, daughter, niece, nephew, husband, brother, friend, workmates, boss, so that you can get the support you need. Because all these people need to know so that you can get the support you need. Your power truly echoes. Rise and shine. Your awesome destiny is truly out there waiting for you. Your best days are yet to come. So don't believe in that. Because you're in a certain age, your best days are over. They are yet to come. I believe that. It has been your girl, Julie Kalungi. Follow me on all socials. KalungiGroup is my handle. Share this video with somebody, and definitely tune in next week. I love you. God bless you.